Hello. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on your time zone. Welcome to my channel. My name is Ogbanje Joseph. So, our lecture today is titled Definitions of Entrepreneurship. Definition of entrepreneurship. So, entrepreneurship has no universal definition like other disciplines, as many scholars have defined it differently according to their own perspective. But the word entrepreneurship stems from the French word entreprendre, which indicates an act in which the individual attempts or undertakes an act of some sort. In fact, there are many definitions of the concept of entrepreneurship. Okay, now let us look at the idea of Cantillon. Cantillon looks at entrepreneurship as self-employment of any sort. Now, in the idea of Joseph Schumpeter, entrepreneurship can actually be equated with innovation and and he applied it to a business context while emphasizing the combination of resources. Okay, now, Penrose, 1963, looks at entrepreneurship as the activity that involves identifying opportunities within the economic system. Okay, um, Liebenstein looks at entrepreneurship as involving activities necessary to create or carry on an enterprise where not all markets are well established or clearly defined, and or in which relevant parts of the production function are not completely known. So Gartner 1988 looks at entrepreneurship as a creation of new organizations. Okpara, that is a Nigerian scholar now, 2000, Okpara 2000, defines entrepreneurship, okay, as the willingness and ability of an individual to seek out investment opportunities in an environment and be able to establish and run an enterprise successfully based on the identifiable opportunities. Now, in addition, Nwachukwu 1990 looks at entrepreneurship, okay, as a process of seeing and evaluating business opportunities, gathering the necessary resources to take advantage of them, and initiate appropriate action to ensure success. Okay, so those are just the major things. Now, from all the definitions I've actually, looked at above, it is very important to emphasize that that entrepreneurship can be captured as follows. Number one, self-employment of any sort. Number two, creation of organizations. Number three, innovation applied. Okay, innovation applied, to a business context. Number four, the combination of resources. Then number five, identification and exploitation of opportunities within the economic system or market. Then the next number is the bringing together of factors of production undertaking, under uncertainty. So now it can be concluded that whatever activity that involves any or all of the above activities can be regarded as entrepreneurship. So entrepreneurship refers to all the processes and activities involved in establishing, nurturing, and sustaining a business enterprise. Okay, so those are just the major things. Now, so let us look at who is an entrepreneur now. Who is an entrepreneur? An entrepreneur, okay, an entrepreneur has actually been given several definitions according to scholars. But Putari 2006 looks at an entrepreneur as an agent who unites all means of production and who finds in the value of the products, okay, the reestablishment of the entire capital, okay, he employs, and the value of the wages, that is the interest and rent which he pays, as well as profits belonging to himself. So he views entrepreneur as change agents. Okay, so according to Knight looks at entrepreneur as an individual who attempts to predict and act upon change within the market. So Schumpeter still looks at entrepreneur as the innovator who implements change within markets through the carrying out of new combination, such as introduction of new techniques of production, organization of an industry, and innovation. Now, Schumpeter 1934 further argues that the entrepreneur is an innovator, one that introduces new technologies into the working place or into the workplace or market, increasing efficiency, productivity, or generating new products or services. Okay, now Cantillon 1730 conceptualized the concept of entrepreneur as the agent who buys means of production as at a certain prices, okay, at certain prices in order to combine them, in order to combine them into new products. Okay, so the entrepreneur is defined as one who combines various input factors in an innovative manner to generate value to the customer with the hope that this value will exceed the cost of input factors, thus generating superior returns that result in creation of wealth. Okay, so now let us even look at the features of an entrepreneur. Okay, the features of an entrepreneur. Don't forget, I've actually looked at the concept of entrepreneur, okay, from the verb entreprendre, which means to undertake. Okay, now in the early 16th century, the Frenchmen who organized and led military expeditions were referred to as entrepreneurs. Now, in the early 18th century, French economist Richard Cantillon used the term entrepreneur, to business. Now, he looked at, since that time, the word entrepreneur means one who takes the risk of starting a new organization or introducing a new idea, okay, product or service to the society. Okay, so an entrepreneur is someone that has a vision, okay, that he wants to pursue. He is actually, that is number one. An entrepreneur also creates ventures. An entrepreneur also is an innovative person. An entrepreneur is someone that actually combines resources to form a business. An entrepreneur is someone that identifies and explores opportunity within the economic system. An entrepreneur is someone that brings together the factors of production. An entrepreneur is also someone that takes risks for profit purposes. So entrepreneur is the economic agent who unites all means of production, land of one, the labor of another, and the capital of yet another, and thus produces a product. By selling the product in the market, he pays rent of land, wages to labor, interest, okay, on capital, and what remains is his profit. So thus an entrepreneur is an organizer who combines various factors of production to produce socially viable product. An entrepreneur can be regarded as a person who has the initiative, skill, and motivation to set up a business or enterprise of his own, and who always looks for high achievements. He is the catalyst for social change and works for the common good. An entrepreneur looks for opportunity. He identifies them and sees them mainly for economic gains. An action oriented entrepreneur is a highly calculative individual who is always willing to undertake risks in order to achieve his goals. Okay, an entrepreneur is an advanced, in an advanced economy, is an individual who introduces something new in the economy. Now, a method of production not yet tested by experience in the branch of manufacturing concerned, a product with which consumers are not yet familiar, a new source of raw materials or of market and the likes. Okay, so that is actually an entrepreneur. So the last thing that we'll look at is actually the point of view of Cantillon, who looks at an entrepreneur as an agent who buys factors of production at certain prices in order to combine them into a product with a view to selling it at on certain prices in future. An entrepreneur is the person who bears risks, unites various factors of production to exploit the perceived opportunity in order to evoke demand, create wealth and employment. Thank you very much.